Sup ballers, welcome to another video that you shouldn't watch while you're driving. Seriously, put the phone down. We pick up after our championship 2026 season, spoiler alert, and now we're going to see how long our run of dominance is going to last. Boys and girls, welcome to the Colorado Rockies dynasty. I remember when I first took over the Rockies. Everyone in baseball thought I was in over my head. Now look at me. World Series champs. Got a dynasty I can look back at. Nobody's ever gonna dispute me again. To start off, here are the before and after personnel hires. Seriously, I have no idea why you guys want me to include this anymore. For salary arbitrations, I offer contracts near estimates and make one notable extension. I decided to give Nolan Arenado a 2-year extension worth $20 million. I have no need or real desire to keep him at this point, but it's basically an emeritus position for him at this point. The dude is probably going to retire soon. I offer Brendan McKay and Alex Verdugo qualifying offers, both of which are rejected, and Miguel Romero and Adrian Hauser are both non-tendered. I make only 2 trades this offseason, which should come as a relief to one YouTuber. The first originated as an offer to the Indians, sending Royther Hernandez and Blaze Alexander for Wilfrey Peralta and a minor leaguer, and was eventually accepted. The second trade is with the Dodgers, who send Gavin Lux and 3 minor leaguers for Marcell Urbina and Terran Vavra. You might be thinking, what is wrong with me if you've been keeping up with this series? Believe me, it was worth it to get Gavin Lux.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
To prepare for the Rule 5 draft, I add Josh LaJoy, Kelvin Bender, and Chase Davis to the 40-man roster. We find out that Josh Hader was named reliever of the year. I certainly feel relieved. We reached the free agency period, and here is some of the available talent we have to choose from. Out of the Park has decided to fuck with me in 2 ways this time, changing to scrolling rather than screen turns. I hate that, I really do, but what I hate more is that Felipe Vasquez is still in this game. This dude is getting quite old now. It's almost as if Out of the Park wants to fuck with me.
Fuck yourself, and fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you as well.
Jonathan Daza agrees to a 1-year deal worth $2 million. My outfield is now set. My only other signing is for David McKay, who takes a 1-year deal worth $3 million. I figure he's a pretty inexpensive relief option I can get rid of if need be. For the Rule 5 draft, I find a risky prospect in Danny Arison. He has decent overall potential but hasn't performed well until now. This might end with me releasing him. We reach spring training and, amazingly, no injuries.
I'm loving it.
We make it to opening day, and after the usual demotions, here are the pitching assignments and lineup that I'm left with. As per the usual tradition, I played the opening day game, and here's the lineup that I went with. This started off promising, with Andrew Vaughn getting us on the board early with the stinger in the top of the first inning, but that was all of the offense we could muster this time, and we go down to the Phillies 7-1. Less than ideal. Following that, Nelson Jacobo's out for 5 to 6 weeks, and I call up Chase Davis in his place. This is my new lineup. Robert Hassel III is out for 3 weeks, which really sucks because that's 2 of my top batters out. I call up Jose Cordero in his place. This is my new lineup. And Garrett Cole is out for 10 to 11 months. Are you serious? I call up Josh LaJoy in his place. These are my new pitching assignments. We reach May obviously not doing too well since all of our best players are gone and have accrued a 15-19 record of .441 win percentage and are 5th in the division. This is not exactly how I expected to follow up our World Series victory. These are my pitching stats, as well as my batting stats. I make a trade with the Blue Jays, sending Maki Backstrom and Peter Kronowski for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Cal Quantrill. In addition to securing some much-needed pitching, I needed a potential replacement for Nolan Arenado at third since he's regressing fast. And this wasn't a bad way to go. I mean, look at these ratings and tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
These are my new pitching assignments, as well as my lineup. Nelson Jacobo is no longer injured and is sent on a rehab assignment. Shortly after, Robert Hassel III is no longer injured and is also sent on a rehab assignment. And now Tyler Glasnow is out for 4 weeks. My God, this is getting old quick. At the same time, I need to call up Jacobo and Hassel III from their rehab assignments and take the time to release Danny Arison, as well as demote Jose Cordero, and also call up Shane Penzini. These are my new pitching assignments, as well as my lineup. Trevor Betancourt is no longer injured and is sent on a rehab assignment. We reached June having improved slightly to a 32-30 record, .516 win percentage, and are now 4th in the division. Maybe we keep trending upwards now that we have our outfielders back, but losing my best 2 starters is not encouraging. These are my pitching stats, as well as my batting stats. Taking a look at one of our more promising players, Emerson Hancock. He's really doing quite well this season to date, having amassed a .298 ERA, .162 ERA+, .106 WHIP, and 9.9 strikeouts per 9 innings. I demote Kelvin Bender and promote Trevor Betancourt. These are my new pitching assignments. Draft time, and we have the 32nd pick this time around. A couple of high-dollar signings were my first pick, who wanted $7 million, and my 7th round pick, who I pay $13 million. $20 million on 2 draft picks.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Tyler Glasnow is no longer injured and is sent on a rehab assignment. As we sim through the month, we discover that Gavin Lux was named the All-Star Game MVP. I've never actually achieved this before, so this was pretty cool. Mid-season goals time, and the owner is happy with my performance. Are you sure that you're even capable of human emotion? Bill Cardenas is no longer injured and is sent down to AAA. Walker Buehler is out for 2 to 3 weeks, and I call up Tyler Glasnow in his place. At least I had a proper replacement this time. These are my new pitching assignments. We reached July, struggling to break out with a 47-40 record, a .540 win percentage, 4th in the division. We still have time to make a move, but the fact that we have a winning record and are only 4th in the division is rather disconcerting. These are my pitching stats, as well as my batting stats. I make a trade with the Brewers, sending Jose Chambuco and David McKay for Luke Jewett and Julian Fernandez. Honestly, kind of an even trade. These are my new pitching assignments. Walker Buehler is no longer injured and is sent on a rehab assignment. Emerson Hancock is out for 3 months. This is not a laughing matter this time. Why are you all so fucking terrible? I will murder. I call up Walker Buehler in his place. These are my new pitching assignments. Robert Hassel III is on fucking fire and goes on a 6-game home run streak. Dude is eating his Wheaties. Last trade of the season is with the Blue Jays, who sent Christopher Rodriguez and a minor leaguer for Cal Quantrill and Nick Frazzo. I made this trade because Quantrill is doing poorly for us and needed to get him off my roster to make room for this guy. Daniel Bonilla was an afterthought in the trade I made last season, but this dude has actually blossomed into a spectacular player. He has excellent ratings despite having rather mediocre stats in the minors prior to me acquiring him. I can't wait to see how this guy turns out, and of course I add him to my roster. These are my new pitching assignments. We enter August still failing to launch with a 64-53 record, a .547 win percentage, still 4th in the division. I'm a little worried that maybe we'll end up missing the playoffs by a game or 2. These are my pitching stats, as well as my batting stats. As per the usual tradition, I play the game after the trade deadline, and here's the lineup that I went with. This was kind of an unusual game. All of my starters were exhausted, so I decided to have a bullpen day. Even had some of my position players pitch. Gavin Lux tried to keep us in this game in the bottom of the 7th with a solo shot, but it wasn't enough to overcome the unconventional pitching lineup, and we go down to the Cardinals 4-1.
Let's move forward amicably.
Robert Hassel III is out for 6 weeks. That's really unfortunate for our playoff chances. I call up Jose Cordero in his place. This is my new lineup. We make it to September having improved, but are still behind the 8 ball in the playoff race with an 82-63 record, .566 win percentage, and are still 4th in the division. This is going to be close. These are my pitching stats, as well as my batting stats. I added Kelvin Bender and Luis Andujar to the roster, but lost footage because OBS fucked up on me. I actually got to use my video as a meme cutaway. I've come a long way. As I sim through the remainder of the season, I see that this playoff race is going to come down to whether I can secure a wildcard seed, and unfortunately, after 162 games, we ended up in a tie with the San Diego Padres.
Tie game. Everyone's a winner.
I play the tiebreaker game, and here's the lineup that I went with. We did rather well this game. Andrew Vaughn got us ahead in the top of the third with this 2-run bomb, and to seal the deal, William Contreras hit this muscle ball, and yes, I did just make that word up, for an insurance run in the top of the 7th, and we go on to beat the Padres 5-2. Now that we're done with that, we have another winner-take-all game to take care of. But before we deal with that, Josh LaJoie is out for 8 to 9 weeks. Guess he won't be in the playoffs. We end the season with a 95-68 record, a .583 win percentage, third in a division, and have claimed the second wildcard seed. We had to play 163 games to get here, but we did pull it off. Here are my pitching stats to end the season, as well as my batting stats. Some of the players are missing because Out of the Park set my playoff roster without my permission again. I wish it would stop doing that. And speaking of my playoff roster, here are the pitching assignments and lineup that I went with for that. For the wildcard game, we faced the Dodgers, and here's the lineup that I chose. The Rockies slugged 3 home runs in this one, but the most important one to me came in the top of the 9th from Nolan Arenado, who showed that despite his lackluster season, he still has something to contribute to the team. Now that is spunk. We go on to beat LA 6-4, and we've won 2 one-game series in a row. Good job, me.
Yes, Jerry Smith. Okay, fair enough.
In the NLDS, we faced the Diamondbacks and sweep them in 3 games, and then followed that up by beating Atlanta in 6. And with that, the Rockies have managed back-to-back World Series appearances. Can we make it back-to-back wins? Let's go. God damn it, I hate this. Okay, Jose Devers is out, so I put in Robert Hassel III, who's no longer injured. Can we please finish this now?
Here we go.
I'm king of the fucking planet! To end the season, Josh Hader and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. void the remainders of their contracts. I execute the remainder of William Contreras's, and the owner is happy. Now that we've won 2 World Series in a row, what's next for the Rockies dynasty? Can we make it a 3-peat? Only one way to find out. Like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe, because even though you'll be going back to work soon, you'll need something to watch on your lunch break or when you're on the toilet. Realistically, the toilet.